Sorry, I forgot to do this thing. All right, everybody. It's K847 FM in Philadelphia.
It's 101 the dick.
Okay, kids, let's go.
There has been an awakening.
Oh,
Have you felt
God,
it?
dude. DFM 101.
Here.
TKFMN.
Hello.
Holy shit.
What a way to
Thanks
start.
C3 Penis Face and R2 Dickhead.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Found someone you have, I would say.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy. Rogue Squadron back at it again. I'm Opar.
I am Commander Cody.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I sound a little muffled. Maybe it's me.
It's
Maybe
probably
it's me.
you. You said you're
Yeah.
getting sick, right?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, welcome to the joys of daycare.
I don't know what's going
You'll
on.
be sick for
I
5
rare-
years.
I admittedly don't get sick. Maybe once a year, but it has been a couple years.
You know who needs to admit that is your wife. Are you telling the truth? I want her
yeah,
to admit
no,
if you don't
she.
get sick.
Common theme where both of them will be sick and I won't. But I think it's finally caught up. Maybe it is my time. And if I do get sick, it is normally around now.
Maybe it is my time.
Maybe it's
we
my
got to
time.
say a somber goodbye to Mopar. Here.
Yeah, sickness, surplus. So, yeah. Welcome, Conway and Witch Hunter. Oh, yeah. Fucko. We've obviously got Ahsoka.
Ahsoka has released.
Yes, a breast.
I'm excited to talk about it. I watched The Flash finally because it came out on HBO.
Yep.
Which is awesome.
I do have a game we can play before we get into the depths.
The
The depths.
But I did, you know,
bowels.
I wanted something stupid to watch. I'm burnt out on like the Sandler movies. I'm burnt out on like Super Troopers and stuff. So
Yeah.
I wrapped back around to Fanboys.
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? It's been a minute. Let me throw this on. And dude, it holds up so much better than
really good.
It's a solid movie. And I think what keeps it together is the drama behind it, where the kid's sick. And it's kind of the baseline. Like they check in with that baseline every once in a while.
Yeah.
Where he passes out, or he's still beefing with his buddy or something like that. And it's a nice ping back and forth because it could get lost in the nonsense, is what I'm saying.
Right.
But it is a pretty fun movie.
Every comedy's got to have that thread, you know? Even all the Adam Sandler ones, dude.
Absolutely. And I was thinking, and I think we've talked about how Robin Williams always had a very somber, like outside of, like Mike Myers, Austin Powers kind of launched that. It doesn't even need to be serious. Just
Right.
let's throw shit at the wall.
Right.
But you're right. Like even the Water Boys, which is pretty fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's still
Waterboy gets
kinda-
emotional moments.
It does kind of keep that
Remember when
thread.
Bobby Boucher showed up the last minute and my dogs won the Super
Yeah,
Bowl?
yeah,
Like, oh, man.
yeah. But yeah, Fanboys. That's what it holds up, man. The comedy is good.
Very
it's
good.
It's not as age reliant as like Superbad. Where Superbad, I feel like it was just
End of high school
Yeah.
extravaganza. Yeah.
yeah. So
I feel that. Radical Man. That's cool. I feel like I had something else I wanted to chat about as well, but now I cannot think of it to save my life.
yeah, there's
The weather dropped, so I'm like
Oh.
kind of getting into spooky season here a little bit.
I saw Oktoberfest at the grocery store tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Started the excursions. Yeah. What's your game? Let's start with that.
Well, classic 20 questions.
20.
Well, you can if you guess it in under 20, then we're good. But I have something random in my mind, and you get 20 questions to figure out what it is.
Jesus Christ.
And it's going to be Star Wars related though.
Okay.
But it can be anything
All right.
in Star Wars. Now, I'm not going to say like a fucking blade of grass because it's reliant on the Star Wars universe. It's something only in the Star Wars universe. So,
Okay.
but yeah, so we can kick this off. We'll do 20 questions and we'll get into Ahsoka and the rest of it.
And I haven't played this in a while. These are just yes or no's, right?
No, you can.
So like my first one would be like, is it movies, animated, or expanded universe?
That's a good spot. No, you can ask those questions.
Okay, good. All right, I got 3 then. Movies, expanded universe, animated, or books.
I mean, is that 4 questions? See? Is it from a movie? Is it from?
Okay. All right. Is it from a movie or not?
It's from. Yes.
Okay. Is it original trilogy?
No.
Okay. I got to keep track of these. I'm right now.
Yeah.
Is it prequel trilogy?
No.
Is it a spinoff?
No. I don't think so. No.
Well, if it's not one of the 3 trilogies, it's a spinoff.
No, you didn't guess the sequel trilogy.
I skipped that. I was going to say, is it a spinoff?
It's not in the spinoff. It's in the sequels.
Okay, so it's in the sequels. Got it. Is it a character?
No. Traditionally, no.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's not a character. It or they don't have a name.
Is it a ship?
No.
Is it a cup?
Yes.
Is it a
No.
speeder?
No.
You said it's not a ship.
Not a ship.
Is it a droid?
No.
It's not a character, but it's not a droid or a ship. When you said it's not a character in traditional sense, but it actually is a character, I thought it was going to be the Falcon. I almost jumped to
No.
like an instant guess.
I
there.
see that jump, but no.
Okay, is it a planet?
No.
Oh my god, I don't know how many that is. 7?
I think you're up there. Yeah, that's 8. Whatever.
I'm wearing thin. Let's see here. Is it a weapon?
No. It's a good question, but no.
Is it? Do you see it on screen?
Yes.
Okay. So not a ship, a character, a droid, or a weapon, but you do see it on screen.
Yes.
Is it a? And it's not a planet. I already asked that,
No.
right?
Start asking about physical. Is it size? Ask about.
Yeah. Is it larger or smaller than the Millennium Falcon?
Smaller.
Is it an animal?
Yes.
Is it a porg?
Yes.
Okay.
See, you went real quick
There
there.
we go. Okay. I had to narrow it down a little bit. No, that was good. Okay, that was fun.
Yeah.
I haven't done that in, like, seriously for a long time. Hence the confusion on what kind of questions I'm allowed to ask or not.
Yeah. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah. Because, see, would you say a porg is a character? It's like, no. It doesn't have, like, screen credits, but they are. Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Like Jar Jar is a character, but
He
a
has screen
Gungan
credit.
is not a character. Just a random Gungan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not that I'm comparing Gungans with porgs, or am I?
I wonder if any of the listeners were yelling "fucking animals" or something the whole time.
Well, there's a lot of stuff in Star Wars,
Yeah.
and it all has importance. Like gadgets, weapons, ships,
Yeah.
a cup, a speeder.
Well, the first it was an obvious one. Like I didn't want to make it as easy as like a lightsaber, but it could be. Yeah, it's a good one. Like if I just picked Utapau or something like that.
Yeah. 10th level? Thousands of battle droids? Are they watching us?
Utapone. What are the Utapanites?
Utapauans.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. Thank you. I saw The Flash finally.
Yeah.
It was a fun ride, dude. I had a fun time.
I get the criticism, but I was fine with it.
Yeah, so I was chatting with Shinobi in the chat, in the Patreon group chat on WhatsApp. I only thought the CGI looked bad when he was doing the time bubble travel portal thing.
Yeah.
And I thought they did that on purpose. Because he's like almost seeing like a...
Yeah, blur.
It's almost like an Interstellar when he's looking through the bookshelf.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
but apparently they got squashed budgets and they had to fuck around.
I was okay with it during those scenes, but there were other scenes outside of that time. Oh yeah, there was other shit. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, like what?
It didn't. I can't specify. I just remember it happened before he got to that point. And then
okay.
when it was happening during when he was in
The
that
babies that
time
he was
warp,
trying to
dude, the
save?
baby. I
didn't
was
think
watching
they were
this.
gonna do that. I was like, that the fucking cribs just fell out the window, dude. I was like bewildered that happened. I thought he was gonna get up, make his way up to the top of the building and rescue them or something, and all of a sudden the building tips and the cribs just fucking fall out. I was like, what?
Yeah, that just felt like a deleted
Did not
scene that
expect
just
that.
randomly made the movie. I was like, he's catching babies.
It just felt dark that they were gonna like risk. Yeah, these babies are gonna get fucked. Right here.
Yeah, just we
We're
gotta
only 5 minutes in.
we gotta
but-
show everybody he's a good person.
exactly.
So he's gonna catch babies. What?
I mean, yeah, I guess it's a little goofy. I was just shocked that they did that.
Yeah, it did. Was there even a villain?
Himself, dude.
Yeah.
Greed. Or not greed. Yeah, that's the weird lesson is don't
Want things.
try to save everything.
Yeah.
Some things you can't save.
Some babies. Oh wait.
He should have left that baby in the microwave. Really was the moral of the story.
Yeah. That's kind of and for a superhero movie not to have a traditional enemy, it definitely felt weird. I was okay with it. But was it supposed to be like Reverse Flash? Like he eventually became Reverse Flash and then he was fighting himself.
I don't know what reverse is. That like a
That's a
part
it's
of
an enemy.
comics? Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
I mean, that seemed like if Reverse Flash.
So
based
that-
on what I know.
So was the Flash that okay, so we have the original Flash. He went back in time to save his mom. He met himself.
Correct.
That new Flash that he met eventually becomes that enemy that he fights or that he like
Correct.
okay.
So there's two versions of that. Actually, so based on what you just said, the fact that there wasn't a traditional villain, I actually like that. Because that's one thing I was bitching about the past couple months, really, is like everyone's got to end with like this, world-ending cataclysmic situation, and the villain within one movie has to we need a his story, comes to power, and then they have to squash him down. Now there was a weird world-ending scenario here, but yeah, there was no major villain.
When you're messing with time, everything's world ending.
Like the Flash was his own villain, his own worst enemy in this situation, which I thought was honestly like a nice take.
I didn't mind it. It was a nice kind of this was almost like a nice launching point for Flash, even though he's been around and there's other shit that we've seen him in and all this. It felt like a nice side hustle or side movie that was a launching point for him. Now,
I thought that too, because he never got like a really origin movie.
Right. He just kind of helps out in a terrible Justice League movie.
Mm-hmm.
The Snyder Cut, he's a little more important because he's circling the fucking...
That's when he shows up, right?
Yeah.
Is in Justice League. That's the first thing he's in outside of those really bad, I'm sorry,
WB.
really bad TV shows.
Yeah.
I do not think those are good.
No, they're all bad. They're all bad.
Yeah.
They're all bad.
That's what I thought.
There's not a single one that's good.
But yeah, so that was kind of like treated like his origin story, which I thought was nice to go back and do it. Time travel.
Yeah, I also thought that him as a character was portrayed better in this movie. I feel like in the Justice League, he's the young... I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know.
It's like the intern.
Yeah, he
Give me my coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, I felt like he was just more important. I know that sounds dumb, but it just they built him up a little more to make it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like when you see him as a kid. He's like hyperactive. He's like doing 45 math equations at one time.
Yeah.
And I always think it's ironically funny that he's always late to work.
Yeah.
I love that. Nice little addition. I thought it was fun though.
So what were your thoughts on the Batman stuff?
So I love the Batman stuff. I guess my perception from the hype going into it and the trailer and everything, I thought we were going to get more. I thought we were going to get multiple of the old Batmans, and I know we got a couple. I kind of expected them to float through past versions of all of the main DC characters at some point. As main characters, as people that you see on screen, involved with the Flash and going into battle. I know we got glimpses of the Christopher Reeves Superman and that kind of stuff at the end.
Oh, I missed that.
I just expected more stuff to be on screen. So the fact that it was just Michael Keaton essentially is fine with me, because that's the main thing I wanted to see in this movie. It was a lot of fun, and when they unveiled the original Batmobile, I was freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
My wife was like, shut up. what are you talking? Because I had my headphones in. She was watching something else or whatever. And I was just listening to it. I was like, yes, yes. Just fucking cheering.
Batman.
Yeah. No, the Batman stuff was fun, but I mean, what do you think? Michael Keaton, old school Batman?
You know, I was kind of hoping, and he did a little bit. I thought it was a perfect time for him to be a little more of a mentor to him. And I know he was like kind of dropping knowledge, but he kind of was more of a side character that was just like a plot device. Where I felt like there was opportunity there that they didn't capitalize on. But
yeah, so the biggest grievance I had is that the time travel stuff was not well explained, because, you know, just like everything, he gets the instructions before he does it. Don't change anything because it will fuck everything up. And I feel like he kind of listens to that, but obviously he does it in the first place and saves his mom. So he didn't fully listen. But then when he sees that Zod is coming, it's like, you can't mess with this timeline. And I guess it didn't make any sense to me that he thought he could save the planet and kill Zod in this timeline and it would have any effect on the other ones. I guess that's what confused me.
yeah, because you're jumping ship.
Right.
You still have your own timeline. So was the idea for him to jump ship, fix it in this timeline, kill off the Flash that's in that timeline, and then live that Flash's life?
With his mom, who he has no... How are you going to talk about the past 12 years of your life when you weren't...
You weren't there. That's not your past.
So, I mean, I get his rush impulse to just go back and save his mom. You're not thinking clearly, you know? Like, that's obviously, like, his big emotional draw is his dad's getting put in prison, and obviously his mom died.
Yeah.
So he's not thinking clearly. I get that. But after he goes back and then he's like, he sees Zod on the news and he's like, oh, let's go find Batman and Superman and let's go kill Zod because that's going to have any effect on anything.
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all.
Well, and everything he changed, more people died. Like, the only person that did live was his fucking mom.
Yeah, I think that was like the overall message.
Your mom needs to die, bro. That was the message.
Well, it's,
in your own timeline.
It's screwy. I mean, you remember Multiverse of Madness, right? Or no?
Which one's that?
Did you blank out?
Is that the one with
Doctor
Scarlet
Strange
Witch?
2? Yeah, Doctor Strange 2. So, like, when he goes to one of the other timelines, he meets the Avengers or whatever the hell they call themselves. And he's got the alternate versions of, like, 5 or 6 heroes. I guess I was expecting Flash at some point to encounter that. Where it's like, it's the Michael Keaton Batman and the Christopher Reeve Superman and, like, Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern and all those things, you know?
But the issue is, if you go back, because none of those people actually cross timelines.
They almost did. It was like they were starting to converge because he kept fucking it up.
Well, I guess my point is that, like, you jump ship and now you're in Michael Keaton Batman.
Right.
Superman and Wonder Woman don't exist in Michael Keaton Batman.
Well, they're different versions.
when you go there, you're gonna have completely different versions. So we're not gonna see Gal Gadot or any of the other ones or anybody.
Right.
To get to those, you'd have to go back to your own fucking timeline where they do exist.
Well, I guess I was thinking if he had Ben Affleck Batman in his timeline, and he goes to the alternate and he sees Michael Keaton Batman, I guess I was expecting to see, like, the old school Wonder Woman is back as the version of Wonder Woman in that universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's no big deal. I was just
gotta travel to the 80s and you'll find them.
There you go. I was drooling over Michael Keaton's Batman. You know, it was a lot of fun. But, you know, it wasn't, like, amazing.
No.
I've been saying a lot. I think it's cool for us to just have fun superhero movies that don't have to be super high stakes, amazing, everything, you know, $1 billion blockbusters. So it was fun.
Yeah, I think I'm really good with where they stayed because it quickly could have become a Batman movie.
Right.
And it is called The Flash, so...
They definitely kept it on him.
Yeah, which is the whole point, which is good. Because any film that Batman's in, he just takes over.
He can easily take over.
I mean, I know he's the leader of the Justice League, but... and that was a nice touch that they're like, hey, we're just kind of like a fucking Justice League.
Yeah.
Like, you want to join our... It's like, okay, that's a nice touch. Like, you're making a Justice League. Yeah, I don't know.
What do you think of the Superwoman?
She's fine. So, I was confused about her backstory. So, she was sent to Earth before Kal-El? And Kal-El was killed by Zod.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no fucking idea.
Yeah. See, I was confused too because that's what I heard. Like, she was waiting for Kal-El to come, and in this timeline, Zod kills Kal-El before he makes it to Earth.
Yeah.
Superman.
Intercepted, yeah.
And so she's all pissed,
Right.
which is like, okay, so that's but you still have the S and everything, and you're super lady or
Same species.
same species.
I mean, anyone from that planet would be Superman on Earth, basically.
yeah. True.
That's kind of what they're getting at. I think I caught something about they encoded like the genome in her or something. So she was meant to like replicate future spawn of their species.
Oh, that's right. So that was the big thing. So that was the enemy. Because the Kal-Els, or whatever the fuck his species are called,
Kryptonians.
wanted to make Earth their new home.
Right.
In that timeline. That's what
Zod was doing there in the first place. I mean, in Man of Steel, that's what he's doing there. Yeah.
With Kal-El, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just he gets, maybe he thinks has better chances this time because Kal-El is not there.
Dude should have picked Mercury, man. That's close to the sun. You can soak up all those rays, man. Mercury.
What do you think about the Batman at the end?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You didn't finish it?
I may not have. What was the Batman at the end?
Oh.
Was there a deleted scene or a end credits scene or something?
It wasn't end credits. It was before the credits. It was after he gets out of the courthouse. So you go through the whole thing, and he comes back, and you realize he decided he had to let his mom die, but then he comes back to his timeline. But then he replaces the camera footage and to get his dad exonerated. So he goes in the courtroom, they do the thing, his dad gets free, and he thinks everything's good, and then he walks out. Bruce Wayne pulls up in his Mercedes, and it's George Clooney that steps out.
Oh,
and he was
God.
like, shit. Like, he tried to do the right thing, and he still fucked up the timeline. Because he changed something. That's all you had to do. So, and then, George Clooney steps out. I was like, oh, my God.
I didn't.
I don't even, like, we hate that movie, but it was just crazy to see that. I loved it.
If I was paying attention, I might have turned it off. As soon as he got back to his own timeline, I probably figured it's over.
Yeah.
So I probably would have freaked, been like,
what are they doing? But
so now he's got to go back and not exonerate his dad.
Who knows what they're going to do?
So going forward, it's Flash and George Clooney.
Well, that's what I was going to say, actually, as well. Is I loved seeing Ben Affleck as Batman again. That was great. And Jeremy Irons as Alfred. But I don't understand anything in the DC sphere right now. Because, like, they're doing Joker, and that's in the Batman universe, but it obviously has nothing to do with this group. And the Suicide Squad is done.
What's the link between Joker and the Batman universe? There is none.
What? Oh, sorry. Between, like, the Joker movie, the Todd Howard or whatever. Not Todd Howard.
Jim Gaffigan movie.
That's the Skyrim guy. Todd Phillips. I don't think there is one at the moment.
It's loose because there's no Batman. I mean, they introduce a Bruce Wayne as a kid.
It's while he's a kid.
But so there's no other characters. There's no actual. It could be a standalone, is what I'm saying.
It could be.
It has nothing to do with Ben Affleck.
If it were to tie in, my guess would be that it would go into the what's the Twilight dude's name?
Oh, Patterson.
It would go into Patterson's universe. Would be my guess. Pattinson.
Jimmy Pattinson. What's his name? James.
Fucking. I don't know, dude.
Werther's original. I don't know.
Jameson.
Yeah, I am. I mean, everybody knows. I'm fucking hyped for Joker 2.
Yeah.
Whatever they call it.
Still a year to wait, but I'm excited.
I don't care. Lady Gaga's. She's fucking talented. She knows what she's doing. She's not only a good singer, she's a good actress. I'm down for it. And I do feel like she could bring that.
And is she Harley Quinn or is she some other character?
No, I think she's Harley Quinn.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel like she could bring that edge of craziness to Harley Quinn. I think we've discussed this, where Margot Robbie is just like traditional Harley Quinn. She fits it perfectly. I need that extra edge where I feel like Heath Ledger brought something crazy to Joker.
Yeah, like deep.
Yeah,
dark,
where I feel like she could do the same thing to Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Where I know Margot Robbie looks like her and acts like her, but I need more.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that. I'm gonna have to watch it actually. I might throw it on the playlist of Halloween movies this year. Joker. just to refresh. You know, I've seen it. I think I've seen it 3 times, but it's been a minute.
You want to do a draft of Halloween movies real quick?
Ooh, yeah, 3 or 5? 3.
Uh,
Let's do 3. Just keep it easy.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't think too hard. Yeah, let's do that really quick. Because I haven't watched a Halloween movie quite yet, but I have been watching some creepypastas, which I'm into. And then this YouTuber, Let Me Know, he does these like animated video essays that are super long. He did one on Jack the Ripper, and I was watching through that, and I was just like getting the heebie-jeebies the whole time.
All right. Well, do you want to go first?
Yeah, let me take a peek at my list really quick. Make sure I don't leave anything out by absolute.
I mean, I've got one right off the top of the head. That I don't feel like I can let go. I mean, fuck, we're only doing 3.
I mean, you might. I'm going to go. I know you're never going to pick this one, so I'm just going to wait on that. I'll save that for 3rd. I'm going to go with House of 1,000 Corpses.
Fuck.
Sorry. I knew it. I don't even know if I went last time. First. You could have gone first, maybe.
I know one that you're not going to pick.
Yeah. My favorite one you're not going to pick, so I'm just waiting on that one. Trying to sneak in there, dude. Steal them films.
A true scary. I'm going to go with God damn it. What's the
This movie that I love, I can't fucking think of it.
fuck.
I don't know. Halloween.
No.
Silence of the Lambs.
No.
Scream.
No.
I know what you did last summer. Exorcist.
No.
Conjuring.
Conjuring. Thank you. I'll go with the Conjuring.
Good call. Conjuring is very good.
Yeah. I feel like that's like a new traditional. Like I feel like it
Definitely.
has a very traditional horror story, but it's just new.
Yeah, you know, the haunted house is never gonna get old. Dracula is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula.
I'm gonna cop out and go just retro, but I have to put it in here. I'm gonna go with. My mind just went blank again. My mind's not working today.
It's okay. You're getting sick.
The
Exorcist, right?
The Three Witches, the Disney.
Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus.
Nice.
I have to do that simply for theme. I mean, it's goofy, but it's also dark. It's a long movie.
It is.
Dude, it's
Yep.
like over 2 hours. All right. So I got weird ones. I got
No, that's a good
Conjuring
combo.
and Hocus Pocus.
That's a good combo.
What's the one that you knew I wasn't going to pick?
Dracula. I knew you weren't going to
Oh,
pick
okay.
Dracula. I'm going to say here, I'm torn between Saw and Silence of the Lambs.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to go with Silence of the Lambs.
I mean, that's not... You're right. You can't let that go. God, it's hard not to pick
It's a
like...
slow burn, though.
It's hard not to pick like a Halloween.
No, I'm going
Like,
to go
it's-
with Saw. I
it's-
changed my mind back. I'm going with Saw.
It's in the fucking name.
Saw.
You know what? I'm going to cop out again.
Do it. Exorcist.
No, I'm not even going to put Exorcist in there. I'm doing Devil's Rejects. I think that's good.
That's a great choice,
A
man.
much better... We've talked about this. I think it's even a better movie than House. We just enjoy House more.
I think it is, yeah. House is just more indie and a little more
Oh, it's low budget, man.
funky. Yeah.
Way low budget.
Yeah, yeah. A little more funky.
Did you know... Yeah.
What did I know?
Those are the Rob Zombie ones, right? What are the Rob Zombie movies?
Man, your brain isn't working today.
No.
3 from Hell, 31, and Lords of Salem,
Lords of Salem.
and then the Halloween remakes. Why, were you going to switch?
But he also made The House and all those, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why my... I felt like his list was
Metallica
different.
did Master of Puppets,
Right? That's how I feel right now. Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm
with it.
God, Lords of Salem is an underrated movie.
I've fallen asleep every time I watched it.
I completely
Which
understand
I think
that too.
is a
though.
sign. I think that spirits are making me fall asleep.
I completely understand that. Anything with like the witch, the Salem witch, because
I
that's
would like
what
to
it's-
watch some more of that, actually.
It's definitely a slow burn.
Yeah.
But that's why I figured you would like it. But
I might have to try it again. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff. There's a couple staples. I'm always going to watch Dracula every Halloween. But I know there's some, you can only fit so many in. I know there's some older ones that have been a while or new ones that people have told me about. I want to try to squeeze those in this time. So maybe I'll try to watch Lords of Salem for real.
Rob Zombie, I think it was on Joe Rogan. He was talking about House and how he made it for some production company, and he got to the end and he showed it to him, and they're like, "We're not fucking doing this." He's like, "What?" They're like, "We're not gonna throw this out there under our name." So he kicked it to someone else, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
Who, I think, was it Lionsgate?
Lionsgate ended up picking it up, I think, but someone else said no. They passed on, like some Fox or something.
Interesting. Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, because I think they filmed stuff. It must have been part of like Warner Brothers, one of those groups.
Yeah.
Because I think they filmed it on the back lot there. I remember him talking about that in the commentary. Interesting. Good Rights Production Company, distributed by Lionsgate. That's the people that did Saw. Huh. Inspired by 70s horror films such as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's one I've never seen.
Well, I told you I watched that last year. It's like not great.
It gets a lot of clout.
Yeah, it does. I mean, just watch Devil's Rejects. Like that's a way better version of it.
Devil's Rejects.
Yeah, but it's not that the idea or anything is bad. And trust me, the house and Leatherface, they're creepy.
Yeah.
So if you want to get some creepy vibes, that's fine. But it's just like the 70s filmmaking. I think it was like a lower budget production. So like the sound effects, like people crunching through the fucking stones and stuff is just so off. The acting's so bad.
Yeah.
Once they get to the killing, it's fine though.
The other one that I've heard is good that I haven't seen is Jeepers Creepers, which like just by name, I'm like,
Is that the one with the dude in the semi truck?
I don't know. Large Marge. Is that the one with the semi truck?
That does have a semi truck in it.
That's on my top 4 Halloween movies is Pee Wee Herman's.
I'm gonna add Jeepers Creepers because I haven't seen it in a while.
Or like Silent Hill, isn't that another one?
That was a video game, but they did make a movie about it. I think people would probably say the video game's way better.
Fucko says the Chainsaw Massacre movies are a good franchise. Do you think they're as
there was
good?
a remake. I haven't seen it.
Do you think they're as good as like the Halloweens? Like I'm not
Halloween.
a Halloween movie fan, but the more recent one, not the Halloween Forever or whatever the fuck, the newest one, the one before that,
Yeah.
where they brought Skinamax back from the dead.
Freaky Friday.
She was great. Freaky Friday. That movie was great. I really, really liked it, and it's something clicked in my head. I'm like, dude, this is a perfect slasher movie.
Well, it's funny. They keep milking things because if you get like the villain and the struggle and the innocent person correct, I feel like you could just keep making them forever.
Update them.
As long as as long as the plot line makes sense and it's gonna grab people.
It's the same. Yeah.
Like they
It's
keep making Scream. Now
They
there's
keep making
6 now.
Fallout. Just move it in a different city and give it a different vault name, and it's the same fucking thing. It's the same game.
They keep making Star Wars as long as you have Jedi and oh wait a second.
There's Pandora's box we're gonna open with Ahsoka here.
All right, I'm excited for it. Any honorable mentions for your? Well, yeah, that's more than honorable.
And
There's a new
Shining.
Exorcist coming out.
Shining. Really?
I don't know if I can watch it.
Those are the movies that I will forever get behind. Like Exorcism of Emily Rose, any of them. They're creepy as shit.
I don't know if I can watch it. So they played the trailer before I saw Oppenheimer. These 2 girls are friends. They're going to school or whatever. I can't remember exactly what happens. Either they're on their way to school or like they're supposed to get picked up from school, and they never show up. And they're looking, and then there's like a manhunt. They're like, "Where are our kids? Where are our kids? Where are our kids?" And like they finally they come out of the woods, and they like get back to their families. Like, "Can't believe we found you." Blah blah blah. They're like, "Was I gone like an hour?" They're like, "No, you were gone for 3 days." And then they like take them back, and then creepy stuff starts happening. And there's 2 girls, and they're both possessed.
Oh Jesus!
I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can do it, man. I don't know. But
Wow.
anyways,
No, I think The Shining's easy.
that's
you know what's
coming
weird?
out. Shining's good, yeah.
there's something different between
skip
scary
it
movies,
sometimes,
and Halloween movies. I do think there's a difference.
Definitely
The
a difference.
Shining, I don't associate it with Halloween.
Correct. But I usually will watch it around Halloween, if that makes sense.
I watch it just on Tuesdays. But yeah, I mean, there is like a fall theme, like Halloween the movie. I know it's in the fucking name, but it does happen in the
Right.
fall, obviously. Hocus Pocus happens around the fucking holiday.
House of
Where-
1,000 Corpses?
Does it? Oh yeah, because they're having that Halloween party. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is something, a theme aspect to it. There's got to be a fucking pumpkin somewhere. That's my only rule.
Definitely. Yeah.
I'm trying to go through all the movies. I think Devil's Rejects might be the only one that doesn't happen during Halloween.
House on Haunted Hill. Urban Legend. Scream.
I Am Robot.
All right, anyways. Speaking of bad acting, let's talk about Ahsoka.
Oh,
New limited
shots
series
fired.
from Disney Plus and Dave Filoni. Everybody ready? Let's get into it.
First off,
I'm just joking. There's some little stiff moments, but
it's a fucking bomb drop of a show.
yes.
I just aesthetically, I think Ahsoka looks fucking phenomenal. I think she looks
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
I think her face paint or whatever, the makeup, it's just fucking perfect.
Yes.
The very first scene, you see the stars, it comes down and there's a ship, and I'm like, dude, that's the most beautiful fucking starship
Yes.
I've ever seen. This is it.
Yes.
The Pandora's box stuff, and we'll get, because that's at the end. So, spoiler alert, we are probably going to go through. You've seen both
We're going to go through both episodes. Spoilers abound as of right now.
right now. Yeah, everybody knows I'm not the biggest Rebels fan. Ahsoka is one of my favorite characters of all time, but like the Sabines, I just don't really give a shit enough. I feel bad saying it. She could have died in that first episode, and I would have been okay with it. I'm not even joking. Like, she got stabbed, and I'm like, oh, dude, I can't believe they did that. And then, of course, 10 minutes later,
Oh, as soon as I was like, oh, well, that's weird because everyone else that gets stabbed dies.
what was your? So I thought I missed something, that she was being trained by Ahsoka.
She was. It's all Rebels stuff.
I thought I talked to someone and like that was not in Rebels. It happened outside of Rebels.
I think they agreed to be Master and Apprentice at the very, very end, and you don't actually see any of it.
I gotcha.
Apparently, all right, so the end, we're going to skip around a lot, but the end of Ahsoka episode 2, after Sabine cuts her hair, she's looking at the mural. That's like one of the ending final shots of Rebels. So the first 2 episodes, we're introducing Balin and the witch and all the time travels, or the outer galaxy stuff.
Yeah.
But they're also recapping everybody on what happened at Rebels.
Okay.
To kind of get us all up to speed.
So it is overlapping.
Yes, it is overlapping with like the last, I don't remember. Episode?
But the two bad guys, Balin and what's the other?
Can't remember.
Cersei. Those two
Arya?
are new. They're new for the series, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Mundo, yes. Yeah, let's see what their names are. I can't remember.
The settings and the places that we've already been are some of the coolest shit I've ever seen.
I'm very happy with it. Balin Skull and Shin Hati.
Shin and Balin.
Yes.
First off, we start with the bad guys. The very
Yes.
first scene you see is very Star Trek-y.
Just like A New Hope.
A Star Trek-y bridge.
Yep.
Just a guy in a floating chair. He's the captain. Everybody else is just doing shit.
Beep.
And then they're like, we're Jedi. No, you're not. Slice, slice. Fuck, they're Jedi. But they're not. We're all right.
Destruction.
But I'm dead. And
Everyone's
they're
dead.
not. I thought that was badass. And for them just to
great.
go in, guns a-blazing, quote, quote. What the?
Quote,
Quote, quote.
Yeah, it was good.
I just
shows you
thought
they're
it
not
was
fucking around, but they're not Sith.
I
But they're not fucking
just
around.
thought it was a nice touch to just kick it off.
Yes.
Where instead of some slow build, okay, we see someone walking through some dust, and you pan up, and you see her
Yup.
walk a little more, and then it's Ahsoka. And
Droid,
it's like,
sir.
Droid, sir. It's nice that they're just like, no, fuck all that. We're breaking a bitch out of prison.
Yes.
Go up there, kill everybody, and get the fuck out. And it's just like,
Agreed.
yes, okay, shit's already moving. It's
Yes.
like a plot was set up.
Yes.
Almost.
Yes.
If you pay attention, there's a story that we're watching.
Amazing how that works when it's a
Dude,
visual medium.
I
about
can't.
stories.
And maybe this is why it looks and it feels so good, because the other stuff that we've gotten has been the opposite, where I'll watch 7 episodes and I still am like, I don't know what the fuck is going on yet.
Yeah.
This one, the very first scene.
That's the forever caveat, unfortunately.
That's the very first scene, and we're like, boom, it's off.
Yeah.
And we already know where we're going. We know. I almost called him Trask. I'll go. Thrawn. We're going to get Trask.
For the Republic.
But we know Thrawn's going to be there. But it's nice to kick off. Go ahead.
I agree with almost everything you said. Actually, I think everything you said. I'm just going to add stuff instead of a few of your stuff. It's nice to see it. It's nice to see it go back to some traditional Star Wars stuff. That we get the crawl. It's a different version of the crawl, and it's in red.
Can we talk about that?
I like
you
that.
You like it?
You never should have taken it out of any of the Star
Hey,
Wars movies in the first place. I said that in 2016. You should have
Benedict
left
Arnold.
it in.
Benedict Arnold.
You
You said you
shoulda
didn't
left
like
it in.
You didn't like the crawl.
In Solo,
Yeah.
it wasn't a crawl. It's just words. Different thing.
Oh my God!
Different
They have to be
thing.
moving words.
Fuck yeah, they do on the
No,
Star
it's the same
background.
shit. It's
Absolutely
the same
not,
impact.
It's, not.
It's the same impact.
Absolutely not. It's not.
You're
I don't
a-
agree with anything you said.
You're one big shit,
I'm not. I had no shits.
dude. That's crazy. It's the same impact.
No, it's not. It is absolutely not the same impact.
I loved the. I almost liked the Solo qual
Open qual.
better. I just like the Terminator aspects of it flying in and fading out.
I think they should have kept the crawl and everything.
Yeah, fair enough.
And it's cool they did a different version of it instead of like the flying letters
Yeah.
in yellow. It's an alternate take. And I think that's cool. They should have kept that and everything. I like that. But then, yeah, you have all of the homages to A New Hope. The Star Destroyer, creeps in the shot. You pan down. Somebody gets on the ship and fucking annihilates everybody and steals some information. Like, it's giving us some Star Wars roots before it gets into...
What do you mean steal information?
Or ask for information or kill them or whatever. What
What?
they do in the first ship?
The very first ship is when the slaughter happens, right?
Yeah, and what are they there to get? They're there to get
They're
something.
breaking that girl out of prison.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, not
Okay.
information. Chick.
For
Bitch.
the first time, we're not after fucking technology or a hologram.
Oh wait, we are after a star map.
Oh yeah. But I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that as well. Anyways, I was just trying to get to. They're doing brand new stuff, but they're giving us the
Tip of the hat.
classic Star Wars foundations.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Where sometimes I feel like they either do only classic Star Wars foundations, or they
Yeah.
try too hard to do something brand new, and they kind of miss out. Like parts of Boba Fett were like, we're gonna do this new like Western action movie.
It's,
Well, that's a bad comparison,
It
but
feels like they
you know
took
what I mean.
a way step back or forward away from the we're doing blank because it's Star Wars.
Correct.
Now it's just like, no, wipe that off the table. We're just doing. Everybody's going to know it's fucking Star Wars. There's lightsabers and droids and ships. Like,
Yes.
we'll throw a crawl in there as a hey,
Hey, Commander.
and then
Cody.
we're just going. It's called a story. These are characters in story.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go forward.
And
I'm glad that not everything was recognizable. In the same way, like you said, it's a nice refresh. So that like R2 unit, when Sabine is running on that speeder away from the ceremony, and she does that fucking cool slide under, there's an R2 unit, but it's not like a recognizable R2 unit. It's
okay.
like an updated one, and you're like, okay, that looks fucking cool.
Yep.
Because clearly, time progresses, technology's going to progress.
Yeah.
But it's not an R2 unit that we've seen on screen before.
Yeah, more subtle than when Episode 7 opens and it's like, oh, it's X-Wings and TIE Fighters again.
Yeah.
So we're kind of making that evolution. How about the E-Wings, though? Very nice.
E-Wings.
The ones that were chasing Sabine.
Oh. I don't think I paid attention. They were E-Wings?
Yeah,
Can you
baby.
bring up an E-Wing?
I sure can.
Remember, my mind's not working. E-Wing?
Oh, yeah, that's forgot. We're talking about Star Wars?
Yeah, I've heard
Luke
of that. I know
Skywalker?
people. I know some stuffs.
I have a feeling if I try to pull this up, it will self-destruct my computer.
Yeah, just
like
search
a
E-Wing.
thermal
What are you
detonator.
doing?
I wanted to show it to you on the screen so you could see what it was. E-Wing. Ahsoka.
Achuta.
The most underrated ship is finally canon. Oh, yeah. So that, okay.
So yeah, when she's zipping away on her, what do you call that? Motorbike.
So yeah, speeder.
Yeah, she's fucking with these E-Wings are chasing her, dude.
You know, I'm not gonna even lie. I think my mind blanked, and I just assumed they were X-wings, even though I was staring. Oh, look at that! That's my favorite scene right there.
I thought for no one can see that. Sorry, I thought for a second they were too because of the the blue stripe.
Yeah,
Like they're the New Republic X-Wings.
I think my mind just defaulted out to that's an X-wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, believe me, there's a lot of stuff that probably went way over my head. That's like tribute to Rebels or something.
Yeah.
But no, I like that because that E-wing I had in the game, in our X-wing game.
Yeah, that's from
I'm trying to think of the
old New Jedi Order stuff.
yeah
Corran Horn.
Corran
dude.
Horn. I have his ship,
Yeah, baby.
or at least his card.
So I'll tell you right now, my favorite new thing is that new Inquisitor.
With
Merrick.
the double.
Merrick.
With the double at the end of episode 2.
Yep. Because his fucking get up is so awesome. He looks amazing. I'm just going to say. He
know
looks like a fucking evil knight.
You know what's funny is I thought he looked goofy.
Oh, no, I loved it.
Him standing there is a weird. I don't know what it is.
Absolutely not.
Now maybe the
I was
issue.
jizzing.
Maybe the issue is still the lightsaber,
The fact that it helicopters,
and it's not even that. It's just
at least he didn't fly on
It's
it.
a weird stance.
I was all about it, dude. I thought he just looked like
People are
an evil medieval fencing expert. Is what I
Yeah.
thought he looked like.
I always thought fencing guys looked like dweebs.
Oh, he's got a pop. I'm gonna have to get that Funko. Very
No,
nice.
I see it, and I do feel like he has a lot of potential to be just a straight badass.
Yeah.
Now that fight scene at the middle or end of episode 2,
very nice.
that's the first time we've ever seen dual blade against double blade.
Yeah, that
When-
true fact.
Who's ever had a double blade outside a mall?
It might have been in animated, but yeah, that don't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
I think
Because
you're right.
we've seen Palpatine fight Savage, Oppress, and he has a double blade, and Palpatine's using duels.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Which is
sure.
Stupid.
Yeah. We'll wait for Pandora's box. What about the negatives? You said a little stiff, huh?
Just a little bit, and honestly, it's just the what's her name, Morgan, the witch girl that they break out of prison.
Oh, I liked her.
It's just her, and I can't tell if it's on. I think it's intentional. I think she's trying to be this sage evil witch with all this
Mystical,
mystical
yeah.
knowledge. So I think it's kind of on purpose. But Ahsoka, Tano, I don't know. Some of the delivery is just a little weird.
Yeah, my issue was actually with Sabine.
Oh really?
Jesus. Every time she opens her mouth, I'm like, God. I think just
I
overall,
at first thought it was the Rebels voice actors, but I was incorrect.
I think it's fine. I think Sabine is kind of her character's just all over the fucking place. She's one of everything. She's like a junk rat, but she's also a Mando, and she's a Jedi, and she's a badass, but she also is a kid, and she's also. I'm like, dude, what isn't she?
I think that's a problem with the cartoon or a video game or something. When it goes on for too long, it's just they have to just keep adding attributes to make them interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine and it can work.
I learned she's not force sensitive, or at least not yet, or at least she doesn't know she is.
Well,
she's
and-
Ahsoka's apprentice from a morals and ethics and cage fighting
Yeah.
guidelines. She's not force sensitive.
I'm not saying it can't. She can't be all those things, but I do think even in the Star Wars universe, she's gonna have to pick a path where she could, at least a main path. Like you can be Mando and wield a lightsaber, that's cool, but you can't be a full Jedi and be a full Mando, right?
Yeah, Luke shot that down. He
Well.
kicked baby Grogu to the curb, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Pick your path, bitch.
Figure it out. Figure it out. Check it out. What? Yeah. Everything Ahsoka's done in the show has been just straight badass.
Yes, I love her.
Slices the holes in the ground, goes down, figures out this ancient alien puzzle, which was
Yes.
so Skyrim to me.
Skyrim and KOTOR.
KOTOR, yeah. Figures out this puzzle, gets the star map.
KOTOR.
One of the coolest things of all time.
Gets accosted by HK droids.
Her fights have been epic. Even the very first fight where she gets the star map, she goes up, and then there's those 4 or 5 droids, and she's just cutting them up.
Yep.
I thought it was fucking cool.
It was.
Her lightsaber style is just, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's just cool.
I like her delivery and like her presence and how calm she is very Ahsoka to me.
I disagree completely.
Why?
Because she was always, and maybe just because I know she's older, so she's kind of that master.
Yeah, we're talking about the old Ahsoka now. She's seen it all.
Yeah, but
After she buried Anakin.
do you really think if Anakin lived, like if he didn't become Darth Vader, do you think he would have been a calm 45-year-old? No. He would have been bananas still. And doing whatever
Maybe.
the fuck he wants, just unhinged. And I do feel like
She's seen a lot of shit.
I
though.
think yeah. And I know she's grown up in a much different way, but I would still
Just picture Kenobi after Tatooine versus before. No more happy dancing.
Yeah. She's just the complete opposite of happy dancing, I feel like, where she's just overthinking slowly about everything, every step. And I'm like, just trust. Just trust in the Force, trust in yourself. I feel
Strong
like
words. I mean, her former master was like the most demon of the galaxy.
How'd you feel about that?
What?
Where who was it?
Hera.
Someone
I think.
talking shit like, well, how were you with Anakin?
Yeah.
She like, hey, fucker, don't say that name around me.
Anakin slaughtered kids. Don't
Anakin.
go there.
I walked away from Anakin. We never finished our fucking training, bitch.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be a huge part of this series, though. Is her coming to terms with that? She's like,
Yeah.
she's been so scarred by everything that she's not a Jedi, and she's like hesitant to move on stuff until she's absolutely certain about something. And I think this is classic storytelling. And then Sabine's the opposite. She like fucking moves way too fast, and they each need a little bit of each other, and then they're gonna meet in the middle.
I mean, for story writing, I'm sure that's fine. I just, you can in real life, you can overthink stuff.
Yeah.
And you can overthink the smallest things. At some point, you're going to have to go and do something.
She got PTSD, dude.
You're right, but get over it and do something.
That's so easy to say, dude.
You're right, but I feel like she
She's some
just,
Jedi.
and I'm sure
pharmaceuticals.
something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I feel like her mind's elsewhere. Like the Sabine stuff's like, yeah, I don't really want to train her because she doesn't want to be trained, but I'm sure we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then
that's
she
like a
figures
subplot
out, and
to
she
me.
finds a star map, and she's like, yeah, but, and I feel like maybe it's the Thrawn thing, like it's all constantly on her mind, like
probably,
the impending doom of Thrawn.
I'm sure that's part of it. Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like she's a little slow in the character development. And maybe that's just her character now. She's just talks in slow motion. And she's constantly
I think she's-
condescending and talking down to people because you're not a Jedi and I am.
But she's
but
not. Neither am I.
I feel like that's how she's being portrayed, though.
I think
She's better than now.
I think a huge part of this is going to be how the New Republic is going to make the same goddamn mistakes as everything else. So I think
Yeah.
she's living through this, and she's like, oh, okay, I've seen this before. More politicians, new government structures, but it's all doing the same thing. And she's like playing along, like Hera needs her help. She goes here. She's trying to figure out where the map is, and if that leads her to helping the New Republic here and there, I feel like that's cool. But I think she's just very skeptical, and she just can see right through it. So she's just stoic and trying to do her own thing.
Yeah, and like I said, maybe it is the Thrawn thing. Like all the squabbling and the Sabine stuff really is small side stuff. She doesn't give a flying fuck if Sabine really wants it or not. She's here. The whole purpose is Thrawn. It's been set up in prior series.
Or Ezra.
True. Yeah, but I mean they're kind of the same thing now at this point. What if they come back and they are the same person? Whoa.
The big theory online right now is that Merrick is Ezra. Thrawn sent Ezra back to work with his cronies, and now he's a shadowed dark side bastard. Guess we'll have to see tomorrow night.
It's very Revan-esque, where
A little
Revan
bit.
goes and does stuff and then comes back and he's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." You remember that in KOTOR?
Just like Revan, where he goes and does stuff. Yeah, that is like Revan.
Yeah, Revan does a lot of stuff.
I like when your brain's not working. It's funny. I mean, if they turn Ezra into Revan, that's going to be lame. But
No, that's going to be the greatest thing of all time because we get to see an on-screen Revan, which we'll never see.
Yeah, but Revan is Revan. Ezra's not Revan.
Yeah, the whole blaster lightsaber thing. I just hope he gets murdered.
I hope they go get Thrawn, kill him, and then peace back out and rescue no one.
So
that's what I hope they do.
What really blew my mind immediately in these first 2 episodes. First off, the witchcraft stuff has always been top of my list. I want to see this shit.
Yeah.
I want to learn more about it because this is like the one thing that's on screen in the cartoons, but it's never really expanded upon.
Very happy
Like
to
the
see
fucking witches of Dathomir.
Very happy to see the witches on screen.
What?
Very much so.
And even, you know what makes it even better is the 2 Dark Jedi, whatever. Even they're skeptical. Like they're following along and helping. What is her? What's the witch?
Morgan, I think.
Morgan. They're helping her out.
Yeah.
But kind of at like a half distance. Like they're like, okay, we need to get Thrawn back, and you're the way to do that, and you have the knowledge. And then the sidekick's always just like,
Really have to do this shit?
is she serious? She seems a little fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're following orders until they find Thrawn, and then now Thrawn's in charge.
Right. Exactly.
Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb Richardson.
I think she's a cool character. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff's flat with the Sabine. I think... God, the only person I don't really mind is Hera. I think Hera's acting's fine. I think she works perfectly as like a general. I feel like she's treated as a general. She's seen as a general. And she's acting like a general. I feel like the Ahsokas, the Witch Sister, and Sabine are kind of still making their way. Maybe it's just early in the series, so I'm fine. I'm fine with it, and it is really small. I don't really care because there's so much cool shit that I'm watching.
Right. There wasn't a moment where I was like,
Yeah,
it's not groaning.
No,
definitely
not once, not a single fucking time.
Yeah, I agree with all that. I like the portrayals of everyday things happening in a Star Wars like government landscape, like when they go to Corellia and the dude's just bean counter, checking his inventory, being like, oh, I'm a businessman. I don't care about this, that, whatever. Like seeing that and his operation, the factory and everything in the Star Wars world was a lot of fun. And then the fact that there's still Imperial loyalists kind of planted everywhere.
Yeah.
Perfect. Ties back into the Mando.
It is so
that
perfect.
Coruscant episode.
It is so perfect and so real world.
Yep.
Like you didn't just overnight, we're no longer Empire people. We'll see you guys later. Thanks, Dave. Have a good night. And you're like, wait.
Clocking out as the Empire, clocking in as the New Republic.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. And I love the I love it. And I do like I like when Hera gets mad. She's like, classified. Well, I'm the fucking unclassifier, so let's fucking get to it. And he's like, no.
I'm the general, dude. It's like, you don't pay my bills. You can't have anything.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's nice. Hera's nice.
So what is this Pandora's box that you mentioned?
Dude. All right. So the biggest bomb drop, I think, in Star Wars history happened in the second episode of Ahsoka.
The second galaxy?
The multiple galaxies.
Yeah.
Is that not no? Is that's never been canon?
It was canon. Now it's not. That's where the Yuuzhan Vong came from. They came from outside, from a different galaxy.
So what? Yeah, but what was explained there, to my knowledge, is they just came from outside of the galaxy, and of course, yeah, you're gonna assume they're from another one. But like this is like there's data on other galaxies. And not only that, but one of our fuckers and a Jedi is in one of the other galaxies.
We got to go save his life.
But even beyond that, so at the end of the second episode, that witch sister is in that. They're reading the star map, and it blows up, and you can see it all. And the one chick asks, "Who built this? A people from an ancient." What did she say? It was like an unknown ancient people from another galaxy built this.
Yeah, I instantly thought Rakata.
You're like, what? But even the Rakata are from this galaxy. That's what I'm saying.
True. Yeah.
These are people from anywhere else.
Yuuzhan Vong.
That's some Stonehenge shit.
It is.
Who built this? Some beings from outside of our fucking solar system. What?
It also opened Star Wars to the multiverse, which is weird.
Yeah, but
which I hope they don't do that.
I feel like this is a bomb drop that this could really, really pay off long term. Really, really. Yu Zhang Vong, it doesn't have to be them or that name or anything like that.
Right.
But the possibilities of coming back to the Star Wars universe and shit getting fucked, at least even for a short amount of time, like for the next series or whatever, with Thrawn's whole thing with this 30 years, shit could hit. Shit could hit, man.
It'd be weird though. They have to kind of wrap that up and do away with the extra galaxy stuff before Episode 7 starts, though, because none of that happens then.
But all that stuff could just simply be lost.
Or in the background.
The star maps are destroyed. That knowledge is no longer. No one can go to that point on that random planet and know how to do it. There's no witch sisters left, or I don't know.
At some point, all those relics are going to be destroyed.
At some point, and now we're just left with Rey.
No, I did think that as soon as she opened the star map, I was like, okay, I'm getting Yuuzhan Vong, New Jedi Order, and KOTOR vibes at the same time. Obviously, whether it is the Rakata or is the Yuuzhan Vong or whatever, doesn't matter. It's cool, and I think it's gonna be inspired by that. The same way they brought back a lot of the old legend stuff. So,
well, Caleb's saying something along that this was a thing. That
I don't know about the
Rishi
Rishi
Maze.
Maze
I don't know
thing.
anything about that. Where is that from, and how is it canon?
Well, that's where Kamino is. It's like an area.
Oh, so yeah, I know.
That's what
I know there's unknown.
Kenobi's looking for when they delete the Jedi archives.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that was outside of the galaxy. I mean, obviously he's got a map for it. So, I don't know.
Well, Kamino's not outside of the galaxy.
Homeboy said, Caleb, what's up? Fact check yourself. I trust him.
I don't.
I trust him. Star Wars is outside the galaxy.
Yeah. Oh.
It's interesting, though. I hope they use it in like a mystical... It's nice that you said Stonehenge. It's like a ancient peoples, lost knowledge. We get a little bit of it. Like the freaking... what are the aliens from Mass Effect? The Protheans.
Yeah.
Like, if they do multiverse stuff and they do a whole Star Wars show in the other galaxy, I don't want them to go that multiverse with it, if that makes sense.
Well, yeah, they don't have to explore it like that. They can just kind of leave it, and little quippets or someone comes to this galaxy and they're, I mean, it's a slippery slope.
Right.
I'm thinking of just like what's the potential, and maybe Thrawn is the potential, where he goes and lives in another galaxy, stuck there for a while.
Yeah.
Obtains knowledge / power that is unfathomable in this galaxy. How many L's are in that one?
Well, I think that's what's going to happen, and I wonder if the First Order is specifically known where they go, because maybe that's what Thrawn is fucking doing, dude. If we jump to Thrawn and we see the new style First Order troopers or anything from the new fucking Resistance and First Order in the sequel trilogy, I'm gonna lose it. It's gonna be fucking sweet.
Now, Conway's saying Thrawn is Chiss, which, yeah, that's obvious, and they're from another galaxy. I didn't think they were. I mean...
Chisholm.
No, it is a weird name. And that's not his, we've talked about his full name.
Oops. I mean, I'll look it up, but I'm so, behind on lore right now. But let's search Wikipedia for Thrawn. How about just Thrawn? Why do I need to type all these in? Like the actual Thrawn, man. Sorry, video people, none of you can see this, but sorry, I forgot. Mithra Naruto. Oh my god. All right, in canon.
So where's he from?
Homeworld is Rentor.
And where's Rentor?
Let's find out. Because Conway, maybe you're thinking of the Legends version of him. They changed some shit, Unknown regions.
So it's in the same galaxy. It's just in an unmapped area.
Yeah, but where does the galaxy end and the next one start?
But that's not that hard. A galaxy is a shape. If you go outside of that shape,
yeah, as far as we know, we don't know anything.
I feel like it's just an unexplored area of the current galaxy. I mean, galaxies are pretty fucking big. There's a lot of places to go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's see. I'm gonna look at this fucking map here real quick.
There's Tatooine and Geonosis right next to each other.
Because are we thinking of Outer Rim.
See right here. Unknown regions.
Okay, yeah.
It's all orbiting the same. Whether you want to call it a star, there's probably.
I mean, Unknown Regions is closer to the core than fucking Felucia is, and we know what that is.
Look how far out Tatooine is.
Yeah, Geonosis.
Udaba.
Udaba. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we just have to wait and see. You know, anything we think we know, like where the Chiss are from, they're probably gonna like retcon it or change it or something. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying this really is Pandora's box. It could open up a lot. I mean, this is opening the door to like stuff that we've never even thought about. And I know we've discussed the possibility of them saying, you know, the Yuzhong Vong coming in from somewhere else, but
yeah,
literally putting in canon and having a map of other galaxies and just saying, hey,
it's a good first step.
We even have an access point to one of them, and that's where Thrawn and Ezra are.
I'm just so excited to see what the hell they're doing out there. Like, it's been
84 years.
It's been 7, 9, 10 years since they got lost. So, like, what the fuck have they been doing out there for a decade? He's got a whole new fleet. He's like, created a whole new species.
I guarantee you, Thrawn ate Ezra.
I mean, if he didn't, I'm not going to watch Star Wars anymore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see, man. I'm down for them reincorporating Legends, man. I was pissed, and now I'm not, and I like it.
It's all reinventing the same shit. That's the only issue. And it's hard to do. It's hard to do. Look at all the remakes. Like, some of them hit, some of them were way the fuck off. So
it's true.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens in the future here. Who do you think is going to be introduced next? And okay, this is what the other thing I'll mention. I am very happy with how they've introduced a lot of these characters into the series.
Thrawn didn't show up at the end.
Well, I'm just saying, Ahsoka gathering her party feels a lot more natural.
Oh yeah.
Than what we've been, what we've had to deal with in the past here.
Yes, I agree.
It just feels like, okay, that's the natural path that Ahsoka.
Maybe partly because she already knew them. But yes, I know exactly what you mean.
But it just doesn't feel like now I have to go gather my party.
I know exactly what you mean, dude.
So, that's what she's doing.
I have a friend on Tatooine. I have to go recruit him. Yes. I agree with that. As far as who we're gonna see next,
Zeb?
we gotta see Zeb because we've already seen him in Mando.
Are we gonna get a new party member? There's got to be a wild card.
Darth Maul's still alive.
His legs. We're gonna have his legs.
Just his two legs and his hip.
His hip.
I hope we see Zeb. I hope we see Agent Kallus. I think that'd be cool. Kanan's dead. Ezra's lost. We've seen Chopper and Hera and Sabine, so that's good.
What time? Like, where are
we?
We
gotta see Luke. We have to see Luke.
Yeah. Where are we in the timeline here?
We are after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, but
in
like
the same realm.
5 years.
Mando. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's right after.
Oh, it's got to be right after.
She appears in Mando season 2.
It's got to be right after because the Empire just fell. So episode 6 happened in maybe a couple years. They're transitioning into the New Republic still. It feels like the New Republic isn't even created yet. Like has a name.
It is.
It has a name.
It's still in progress.
They're still building it.
A little DIY,
Dude, she looks fucking perfect. I don't care.
She does. No one cares.
I do have to say that too. That the fact that they
9 ABY.
9
so
ABY.
9 years after episode 4.
Which episode 4 is? I think 6.
No, 9 years after.
I'm sorry. Episode 6 is.
Oh, 4 ABY is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Too many numbers, bro. 28 years after the formation of the Empire. Yeah. So 28 years after Order 66. Yeah. Interesting.
So Ahsoka's got to be 40? She was maybe 10 in the Clone Wars?
Something like that. Let's see.
I do also like the part 1 Master and Apprentice. It could go both ways.
Yes, that was nice. All right, let's see on Ahsoka's Wikipedia page. She was born
36 BBY.
36. Yeah, so she's 44 here. 45. I like it.
She really hasn't. The other thing I'll throw out there is it is very female strong, but it doesn't feel like they're doing it just to be female strong.
Agreed.
It feels like these are very prominent
Because
characters.
they're characters. They're not just females.
Yeah.
They're characters.
Right. Yeah. Hera's not a female. She's a general.
She's a fucking badass
You know what I'm
Twilight
saying?
pilot.
Yeah. I like the shit talking that Hera does. The little quippets that she's like, bitch, classified is my middle name. What the fuck are you talking about?
Classified's my middle name.
I do like Bo-Katan. Yeah, she's a very strong female character. Ahsoka's probably, I'll be up there with
Leia
Padme
and
as well.
Padme.
Leia, Padme, and
Yeah,
Ahsoka.
they've been doing this since day one, man.
Yeah,
I'm pleased.
it's
I'm
good.
happy with it.
How do you feel like the lightsaber battles have been up to snuff?
I think they've been very good. Ahsoka feels maybe a little slower than I expected.
Yeah.
Just like 5%. Like if you play it on 1.05 speed, I think it would be good.
I'm wondering if it's the whole live action aspect of it, but I mean, they did it in episode 3 where they're just fucking flipping. Or if she's literally not needing to go to 100%, so she's
Probably
like, I'll just
it.
handle these fuckers at 80
That's my headcanon.
because I got to worry about Thrawn.
How about when Homeboy retracted and called back his lightsaber and she just like
oh, fucking
dipped to the side?
badass.
That was so amazing.
Like I ain't even gonna stop that. It's beyond me. You fucking lost. You suck.
That was awesome.
Take your toy lightsaber back. I'll cut it up into bits
It
later.
is a fucking toy, dude. No, that was cool. Very, very cool fight.
I also
Eric.
like the builds of the lightsaber.
Yes.
Like
Hers
the
or
actual
all?
blade. Like sometimes they feel
Like the way it
skinny.
appears on
Sometimes they
screen,
feel
you mean?
too fat. And I feel like this is a
Feels-
nice middle ground where it's like they look sharp.
Yep.
I don't mean
As
that
they
physically,
should.
but they look good. They look good, man.
As they should. How do you think about that big ring that they're building to travel to the unknown galaxy?
The big
the Eye
ring.
of Sion.
Wait, what?
The big ring that's what that hyperdrive engine was for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do to travel there.
Mm.
And the fucking rings and the maps and stuff in there look just like what was on the bridge of Snoke's ship. To me.
I thought it
It might
looked
not
like
be, but they
that
look like that to me.
episode 2 high-speed thing where Obi-Wan used.
It did. Yeah.
That's the same thing, just in a grander scale.
But like the navigation stuff inside.
What fits? Does the ring go to lightspeed, or does something fit inside of it? Like
I think they dock inside of it or something.
like a Star Destroyer is gonna go.
Probably put a couple ships in that bitch, man.
Bitch. The Eye of Sauron.
The Eye of Sion, man. Yeah, so like, are we gonna do? Let me actually see if I can find
Oh, it just
the
said
bridge.
It just said to go to another galaxy.
Yeah, dude. So this totally. What the fuck ass? Right here.
Oh man.
This reminds me of stuff that was on Snoke's bridge.
I'll tell you exactly what this reminds me of.
What?
The Invisible Man,
The Invisible Man.
or what's Mass Effect?
Oh, the Elusive Man.
Elusive Man.
Yeah.
This is what he's always peering out of.
Yeah.
He sits. There's just a single seat, and
Yep.
it's just like half crescent.
Yep.
This is it. He's gonna be the enemy. He's Thrawn.
Yes.
This is another revolution.
Michael Douglas is coming to Star Wars.
I'd be fine with that.
Me too.
Isn't he already in Star Wars somewhere? It's got to be, right?
Wait, is that Michael Douglas?
Yeah, it has to be. It's not Fonzie. It ain't fucking.
It's not that important. What I'm getting at is I hope, I don't think we'll see Snoke, but there's got to be some sort of fucking interplay here. First Order comes from nowhere, has all this funding. No one knows what the fuck it is. I guarantee Thrawn and Palpatine and Snoke are building the First Order. And at Ahsoka or somebody, by the end of this, by the time that movie comes out that Filoni's going to make, Thrawn's put all this work in and built the First Order, and then Thrawn dies. And they carry the First Order
So
through.
the seeds are planted. The ships are
He's
built.
building and planting the seeds. I guarantee it.
And Palpy. What if Palpy takes him out? The clone Palpy.
Of course he would, dude. Snoke takes him out. I bet.
To
and
prove
then
himself.
I
yeah.
would say because they don't have Thrawn when they get to the sequel trilogy, that's why they fucking lose.
Isn't that crazy that in all 9 movies, there's only one bad guy that takes out another bad guy. Vader kills Palpy.
Vader kills
And it's like-
a bunch of his own guys.
Yeah, but that doesn't count.
You mean main villains?
None of those count. None of those count. I also was laughing my ass off because episode 5 was on the other day, and Vader literally chokes someone and then just says, basically, clean this shit up, and then walks away. And it's like the most ridiculous
Yep.
thing.
That's the kind of power.
Like,
he's
where do you
got.
work? Vader
Choking bitches around.
killed another
dude.
janitor. We got to clean up double time because no one cleans up anymore because he killed the janitor.
Yeah, the janitor's dead. Shit.
That's a fucking SNL skit right there.
Hope he doesn't kill
Him
the...
choking the janitor and someone clean this shit up.
Hope he
Well,
doesn't-
you cleaned the guy. You cleaned him up right there, dude. He's dead.
I hope he doesn't kill our CFO so I can still get my paychecks.
Yeah.
Vader's goofy as hell.
But it's a known thing. That's in the expanded universe. In all the books, in all KOTOR, the bad guys take each other out.
Yeah, to get to the top.
That's
they're
what we
gonna
like
crawl their way to the
about.
top.
That's what we like about Plagueis. He gets taken out by Sidious, but we
Yeah.
never see that.
I bet there will
It
be
would-
some of that between.
It would be fucking fantastic. I mean this with my dick. I need to see a bad guy take out another bad guy to obtain power.
Oh, I guarantee you, as soon as they get out there, Balin kills Morgan.
Anything that's a threat.
I bet you.
We see him toy a little bit, like Sidious fights whatever version of Darth Maul and his brother a couple
I
times.
don't count that.
Sidious
As anything.
lets Anakin kill Dooku, but at that point, it's still kind of a good guy killing a bad guy, even though he is already kind of down the dark path.
Yeah, from a certain point
I
of view.
just want like a backstabbing. Didn't see this coming, but it makes sense.
I gotta climb the fucking ladder of the dark side. I also don't know if you thought this, but I got Bane and Xana vibes from Balin and his apprentice.
Bane and Zana. Yeah.
Just some giant hulking dude, and then his
He's a big
young
fucker.
apprentice. Yes, he's huge, imposing.
He looks like he's wearing a suit, and I don't know if that's on purpose
Or
or
it
if,
looks like he's got metal shoulder pads on.
yeah. Does that because he's got metal shoulder pads, or is he?
I think both. I think he's huge and
Or
he has
is-
shoulder pads on.
Or is it 3 things where they literally put the actor in a fucking suit?
Probably.
Then they're like, we'll just make it work because now we'll just say he's wearing
Metal
galactic shoulder pads.
That's got to be it, man. That's got to be it.
You know?
Yeah. He passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see.
That's a bummer.
The character's timeline is cut short here. We'll see what they do with him, or if they've made a decision with him.
Always curious to know if he's the main villain of this season and he was going to go out anyways. I'm always curious to know if that's like the case beforehand or not.
Yeah.
But I'm very intrigued, you know. They haven't really toyed with Dark Jedi very much. Like we've got the Inquisitors and that's about it. You know what I mean? Since all the legend stuff. So it's cool to see someone who's and a lot of his comments, he's almost like a gray Jedi. Like he's almost
Yeah.
right in the middle. He's like, man, Ahsoka's awesome. I'd be ashamed if I had to kill her.
Yeah.
Like, he would regret because he's still like he's not a Jedi, but I think anyone that's been through Order 66, I feel like he feels for them.
He's kind of like that borderline Thanos, where would you consider Thanos a bad guy? It's like,
Yeah.
well, sure, in
By
a
the time
movie
he
in a
did it.
movie form, yes, but he literally is just doing what he thinks best, which is a lot of bad guys, but I don't know.
Literally the whole reason there are bad guys.
But I'm just saying, he does feel like he's playing both sides, but he feels like he thinks Thrawn's just going to make things easier,
Right.
and the best way to make things easier is go fucking get him. Like, let's just.
Go get him, kill everyone that doesn't agree with us, and everything will be fine. Heard that before, right? Okay.
Okay. Well.
Overall thoughts are very positive. I'm
Oh,
pleased.
absolutely. The stuff the stuff that I don't like is so minimal.
Oh yeah.
On like the pacing, the story building, the characters, all of this
Very
shit.
small.
Dude, the lore expansion
Yes.
is blowing my mind.
Which we haven't had.
We have not a lick.
Little licks, couple licks.
No.
Couple
I
slopes.
love Andor, but it's the complete opposite of that.
That's true. I was going for Mando actually when I was thinking about that. So we never had Mandos on screen except for Boba and Jango. So we've gotten some good Mando lore going on.
But it's not even like. Yes, there's more Mandalorians and they have different colored armor and they have personalities. That's what we've fucking learned.
I think-
Mythosaurs are real.
I think it's just when we get to Force and lightsabers, it just elevates everything to a new level.
And throw that
It's-
fucking witch black magic
it's
in
just
there,
part
and
of-
it's like
It's just part of Star Wars.
a cauldron of fuckery.
Cauldron of goddams, you know.
All right.
So, let's see. What else do we have to talk about?
Metallica's doing it.
I'm glad Ahsoka's here.
Yes.
We're gonna watch episode 3 tomorrow, and we'll be back next week to report.
Are they all launching at 9 p.m.?
I think they changed
Eastern?
it to Tuesday night. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
Thanks, guys.
thanks.